In this video, you will learn about inventory management tool inside SELLERBOARD. SELLERBOARD is a software solution for Amazon sellers, which helps in a lot of different aspects of Amazon business. But in this video, you will learn how you can manage your inventory using this software. Hi, Alex. It's nice to have you again. This time we will talk about inventory management and how SELLERBOARD can help to solve some issues and management problems. So can you please, Alex, introduce yourself? What does SELLERBOARD do? And let's talk about the inventory problems.
Yeah, thank you, Augustus, for the invitation. My name is Alex. I'm the CMO at SELLERBOARD. We are a profit analytics software with additional tools. The main thing that we do, we give you all your accurate numbers about the business with a high level of accuracy. If you want to go into detail, have accurate numbers and also tools to automate your business. So one of the problems that we help sellers overcome is the inventory management problem. What is that? So when you have, for example, one product or two products, it might be easy at the beginning to manage inventory. So you can stay in stock because, as you well know, running out of stock is detrimental to your business. You want to keep, that stock at a certain level that you can always have sales and not stop because you don't have any products. And with several products, as I mentioned, it's kind of easy to manage inventory. But as your, general list of products grows and you have more ASINs, then it's getting harder and harder because you have this pipeline and you need to kind of keep track of how much stock you have at each step of the pipeline, in production, during shipping, if at your prep center, or maybe in the FBA warehouse, and things are getting a bit complicated. So first of all, we have the inventory module that helps you, keep all the numbers in place and understand when it's time to restock, because if you don't, then okay, the sales will stop. And also we have a module that I'm going to show you, the purchase order module, that kind of helps you automate the process of moving the stock down the pipeline from one step to another, and you can always understand when is the right time to reorder. This is basically it.
Yeah, perfect. So a reminder for those who are watching, if you will see that SELLERBOARD could help in your Amazon business with especially inventory management and other things, check the link below to sign up for 2 months trial. And also at the top, you will find a video to see the general overview of SELLERBOARD, what other features they offer, and more or less what areas of Amazon business they can be helpful for you. And now let's jump to inventory module of SELLERBOARD.
Thank you, Augustus. So let me show you real quick the general view of your planner first. You have information about your stock, first of all, in value, how much stock in your currency, I don't know, dollars or another currency you have inside your FBA stock or inside your warehouse, in the prep center, how much stock you have in ordered right now, for example. And you have this for your cost of goods, you have this for your potential sales, which you can make using the total numbers in the stock, and your potential profit. So this is just a general overview. Besides general information about your stock, you have a breakdown of your products. And for each product, you have all the KPIs that are related to your inventory. First of all, the FBA stock, once that runs out, you're not making any sales, the units that are reserved, the total value of your stock right now, and an indicator that we calculate, we compute it. It's the adjusted sales velocity. It's measured in units per day, and this KPI shows you how fast you're selling a product. So we compute that, and based on this information, then you can estimate your days of stock left. This is the column, and days until next order, which is also important because once you know when it's time to reorder, you can prepare and kind of plan things ahead, not to be in a situation when you have no stock at all. Let's jump for a second inside to the adjusted sales velocity settings right here. I'm going to show you how that is set up. You have several tabs here at the top of this pop-up. And the important one is the manufacturing and logistics tab. You have the possibility to enter your manufacturing time in days, if you know how much it takes for the supplier to produce whatever you're going to sell. Then you can choose whether you are using a prep center or not, and enter how much time it takes to ship the product to the prep center, and then from the prep center to the FBA warehouse. So you can kind of have a rough estimation of how much time does it take for the product to get to your final destination, the FBA warehouse from the supplier. You also can enter information about how much time is it comfortable for you to have stock. For example, it could be several weeks. You want to stock every time to up the stock for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. How you do that? You just enter this number right here. And you can always do a forecast, because if you know your seasonality for a product, you can go ahead and specify which months you expect to have more sales. And then this will be taken into account in order to, just adjust the total quantity of the units inside the stock in a certain month if you expect higher sales, and lower the stock by just a bit, or however you will indicate here, for the months when you expect the sales to be lower. So this way you might not, just end up with lots of money in inventory in a month when you don't have any sales at all. So you can, always adjust in seasonality. We'll take this into account. Besides that, probably you have a growth, and you want to also consider this organic growth. If you calculate and you have an organic growth, for example, for 5, 7, 10%, you can specify that here. It will also be taken into calculations of necessary stock in your inventory. So these are the basic settings for the calculation of adjusted sales velocity. Once you have set that up for a product, you will have these columns active, and you'll be able, to track when it's time to reorder. Then when you have these numbers, you kind of, have stock going from one point in your, logistics pipeline to another, and moving these numbers from one step to another could also be complicated. So imagine a situation when you ordered, for example, 1,000 units of a product, and then you have these numbers in your ordered column right here. And then when the product arrives to your FBA warehouse, for example, you need to transfer this number to this column, to the FBA stock. You don't have to do it manually, because we have a module that is called purchase orders. I'm going to jump in it and show you how we can help you automate this process, and kind of just change the status of each order you make, and numbers will be transferred automatically. This is the purchase order module. What we have here are the purchase orders that we created. Let's first of all check the top part of this screen. We have all the information about your current orders, the total amount, the numbers, about a quantity of orders in shipment, in production, and you have all of your a list of your orders with the units, the total cost, estimated time of arrival, and of course the status, which is very important. I'll show you why. Let's go inside one of these campaigns and see how it works. Pardon, not campaigns, but purchase orders. So inside the purchase order, you have general information that you first of all enter about the order itself, the date, the PO number, estimated time of arrival, which we will provide because we know already how much time it takes for the product to get to your FBA warehouse. I just showed you a bit earlier how that works. And then you have your status, which you start with. It's draft, the supplier, your marketplace, and of course you add the products inside your purchase order. For each product inside your purchase order, you will specify the number of products ordered, the units per box, and of course, you'll have the box calculations, how many units per box and total number of boxes that we will do. Then you have your total manufacturing cost, which will be divided by the number of ordered units to see a manufacturing cost per unit. This is one part of your final cost of goods sold calculation. And also the transportation cost, which has different components. And we can add them right here in the transportation cost tab. This could be shipping, clearance, or inbound transportation, stuff like that. It will all add up. You will select how you want to attribute cost to a product, be it by weight or by cost of the product, because depending on which type of products you sell, you want to distribute costs differently. And maybe some of the costs do not apply to all of the products, so you can select actually here which products you want to charge with this cost of this element of the cost inside the order. Then when you have the transportation cost set up, you can go ahead and save the status, all of the information inside the draft. If you save the draft, you also have the option to attach a file to this purchase order. Why you would need that? If you create an order here, enter on the numbers, you can export an archive file, which you will send to the supplier with the information about the order, the list, the quantities, and also you can attach this file with the instructions about quality control instructions, or maybe the design files, and he will receive an archive file with all of the information and necessary files. Then you can change the products, the status to ordered. Once you do that, you will be asked by SellerBoard to confirm whether you want to transfer the quantities of stock for the products that are inside this order from ordered. First of all, you order the product, and then down the pipeline to shipped, when the product will be shipped. And finally, if you use a warehouse, and in the end the prep center, in the end, if you end up with the product inside the FBA house to closed. So what does this do? It moves the change of the status inside the purchase planner. It moves the numbers from each column, from ordered. If you ordered, for example, a quantity of products, then it changes to prep center, and then it changes to FBA warehouse. All of that you need to do for this is just change the status of the product order, purchase order, and we will move the orders, the numbers automatically. This is basically the functionality that helps you, get rid of manual transferring the data, not do it in spreadsheets. So yeah, it's not that complicated to set up, and you kind of can use that, because the final reason to do all of this is have these two columns active, the days of stock left and the days until next order. Then go ahead and connect this feature, the planner feature, to your alerts, and you can go inside here and set up a notification that if you will run out of stock soon, you will have a notification sent to you via email, and right here, the stock alerts, which notifies you if you will run out of stock soon. And this will help you, stay in stock, keep the sales up. This is why you need to do all of the previous things, kind of set it up and then have the notification sent to you, so you can rest assured that you have inventory. Besides the purchase order tab, we also have the FBA shipments tab, and we display information about your inbound FBA shipments that are already in the Amazon FBA warehouse. As you know, there are situations when you don't receive all of the products that you ordered, and what SellerBoard does, it compares the data from your initial purchase order, the quantities for each product, with the data that we pull from Amazon. And then if there's a difference between these two values, then we alert you. You can also connect that the alerts feature to the FBA shipments module and have alerts sent to you. So in this case, you should probably check the order. Where's the difference, like here or here, between what was ordered and what arrived at the FBA warehouse, and then send a request to the support of Amazon, to kind of see what's the problem and why not all of the products have arrived to your FBA warehouse. Okay, this is the FBA shipments tab. Besides that, you can enter all your suppliers' information right here. So you can use that later when you create your purchase orders. You will just choose the supplier and have all the information about currency, about contact information placed here. So if you have a certain member of the team that is responsible for placing your purchase orders, you can actually set up access rights, just to have access to a certain module of SellerBoard, for example, to inventory, and kind of, have all the information in one place and manage your purchase orders. This is the info about suppliers. Yep, this is pretty much it. So once again, just to do a quick review, first of all, we help you stay in stock, see how much time you need to make the order, how much time is needed to track the logistics, the shipment to your FBA warehouse, take all of that into account and show you when it's time to reorder, how many days you have of stock. And yeah, another feature is that you can do it in an automated way, just changing the status of the purchase order that you ordered. This kind of simplifies the process and lets you get rid of all the spreadsheets that you are probably working with.
Yes, amazing. It is a perfect tool, I think, for Amazon sellers to keep track of the inventory. In addition to that, because of one single monthly subscription, they get access to different other tools, right? The pricing is unique for all the tools, right?
Yes, sure. So we have a flat rate for all the tools. It starts as low as $15. So, you can, besides that, of course, use the link that Augustus will provide you. We have 2 months of free trial. You can test SellerBoard. No credit card is required, and see if the tool is right for you. Besides the inventory planner, we have the profit dashboard, the main feature of ours, and other tools like PPC automation and review request automation and other stuff that will kind of help you automate some processes inside your business and do it for, just a small price.
Yes, amazing. The link is below in the description. Also, you'll find the link to other video where you can see a more general overview of features Alex presented to us earlier. And yeah, thank you very much, Alex, and good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Augustus. Thanks for the invitation. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you feel like SellerBoard could solve a lot of problems in your Amazon business and automate the things, check the link below to sign up and try them for 2 months for free without credit card. So check this out. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video with Alex, where he gives a general overview of all the features they offer to Amazon sellers inside their tool.